Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jeff Wood, you might know me as Minolta1034, and I am back with another awesome Destiny playthrough. This time I am on the House of Wolves Mission 3, and it is the Ruling House. That's right, it's a house of rules, but the most important rule of all is to stay in school, kids. Stay in school and don't do drugs, alright? Get real with me now.
The House of Kings is unique among the Fallen. They are secretive, dangerous. They hide in the shadow of the Cosmodrome, waiting, plotting. If Skolos can bring the House of Kings under his banner, we're all in trouble. I'm game. Damn. I'm getting a lot of interference down there. Hold tight, Guardian.
Here we go.
Guardian, try to find the source of the interference and stop it.
Skolos jamming signals with high servitors. Brief war tactic. Advanced warfare. May fool Petra. Does not fool me. I shall be your guide.
Wow, there was lots of just like yo gabba gabba at the start of this mission. Anyway, this is the Ruling House, and it takes place in the King's Watch. It is a pretty fun mission. It starts off with this little battle in front of the complex here, and decent boss fight at the end. It's a little bit tough, plus there are two, count them, two, dead ghosts. So that's, you know, bonus. I actually didn't get, on this run with Greenskull and Canuck, I didn't get the second ghost, and so there's going to be some fancy editing later on in the video, and we'll touch on that later. Anyway, once you clear out all of these dudes, and if you want, you can just beat them in the face like I did there because you're a manly man. You can run through into the caves here, and as I skip ahead, you'll have to face your first servitor.
Servitor is source of interference. Kill it dead.
So again, I just love to point out that I like how they changed the servitors, at least in this DLC, to be a little bit different. The high servitors, or the major or ultra servitors, they kind of have like cool fins running all around them, and they look different than the regular servitors, and not quite as crazy as like Sepics, let's say. But either way, they look pretty cool. So this cave fight isn't too bad. There is some Silent Fang in here, as well as obviously the big servitor up there that is supposedly jamming the communications. I'd also like to point out that it's really interesting that jamming your enemy's communications is considered an advanced war tactic for the Fallen. You know, apparently they said in the Reforce that it might have fooled Petra, but it's like, I mean, isn't this modern times? Like it seems like a really obvious thing. Like, oh, they're blocking our communications. I don't know. I guess it's just Destiny, man.
Signal still corrupted. Wolves must have second servitor. Push forward. Find the source.
Alright, so it turns out that even though I died, I get resurrected super fast and teleported forward through the power of video editing.
I was House Judgment Scribe to House Wolves. Skolos was vicious, even for a fallen kill. I could not stomach his hate.
Sounds like Hitler, you know? This guy's like Hitler. Like, maybe like Hitler 2. Hitler 2, the re-Hitlering. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I mean, if you hated Hitler, imagine how much you would hate Hitler 2. The re-Hitlering. I don't mind running these missions backwards. It definitely feels a little bit different. I mean, if you want to get honest, right, all levels are just a series of hallways and rooms and boxes, and so how much variety can you actually have? That's up for debate. Alright, so anyway, once you clear out this encounter, which is sort of the reverse of where you were going in the Devil Walker strike, where you have to do the three kind of phases of dudes, you kind of go backwards through that area out into this hallway.
It is good to work with you, with Petra. All that are fallen are not lost, yes? Signal close. Can you see it?
I think with any kind of MMO, it's going to be about, like, you know, a decent level of quality, but also quantity plays a big role in there. You want a lot of missions, that's just important. So you got variety. So, once you take down this servitor, voila, you've got communications restored.
Excellent. Whatever you did, your signal's coming through loud and clear now. Varix, are you with us?
Yes, I am here. kings will see Wolfpack as well, they will not be pleased.
The wolves are approaching an old command center beyond the rocket yard. That must be where the kings are hidden. At the Battle of Twilight Gap, the Devils, the Kings, and the House of Winter joined forces to take on the city. The House of Wolves could have turned the tide for the Fallen, but my queen interfered.
So this next area is another one of those Destiny areas people aren't super thrilled about. It was actually accessible before the DLC, like the area did exist.
You are here to deny Skolas House Kings. They will not know, and they would not care. They will try to kill you. Kill them back.
It's funny, that's the same line you get in the Prison of Elders.
Kings detected house wolves before attack. Skolas may have met his match.
Well, I hope he has. So either way, this area was sort of locked off in the original game, but there was no enemies in here. There was no encounter or anything like that. So this is another one of those parts of the game that was sort of half done, but not ready for release. So obviously they've used it now in this DLC, and I enjoy the encounter running through here. This is the first location where there's a dead ghost is in this area coming up here, and we'll get to that soon. But I would like to point out that it's interesting that Varix was able to communicate, talk to me, but he didn't share that information with Petra for whatever reason. And I don't know why we wouldn't share it with her either. Like, why are we more loyal to a Fallen than we are to the Queen of the Reef, who seems like a much better ally? I mean, Varix is just one guy, whereas the Queen of the Reef is like a huge military power, and also, she's only been sort of agnostic towards us, whereas the Fallen are like openly aggressive. Thanks to this fancy editing trick, I will show you exactly where this dead ghost is. So it's right down this hallway here, right in this corner, ba-boom, ba-bang, there's your dead ghost. If you didn't catch it on the way in, here's another way out. I'm just gonna go left here. So if you're very familiar with this room, it's just this top center hallway structure in between everything else. That is where the boss fight is. Now, let's do some more fancy editing and cut to some footage that I created afterwards to show you guys another dead ghost. Now, spoiler alert, I've already cleared out some of the guys in here and the bosses so that it would make it a little bit easier for me to grab this. Anyway, if you go up here to the left-hand side, and as a hunter, if you go invis, it makes it a little bit easier, and then double jump up to the top of this pillar, you'll see the dead ghost is right on top of this center structure. All I had to do was double jump next to it and hold X, and ba-boom, ba-bang, there is your dead ghost. Now let's reverse this back, go back in time, and play out this fight with Greenskull and ChiefCanuck. So in this fight, you're going to have to take on 3 Barons, each of which are guarded by servitors. So it is a little bit of a tough fight. Plus, after you kill each Baron, additional mobs spawn from both the left and the right side. They've got a lot of arc weaponry, and so you're going to want to use arc weapons back, and you're not going to want to engage them one-on-one just like I did. These guys are brutal with the arc blades, and their shields are very strong, so you got to get them down with a Vestian Dynasty or something like that, and then you can blow them up with some rockets if you're like me. I like using the truth because, you know, I'm an honest guy. So once you take down each one, like I said, there'll be additional mob spawning. So there you see there's some skanks, there's a servitor that protects that guy, and there's Greenskull going down, so we got to save his booty. The fight is a little bit long, you know, like I said, there are some tough guys to take out here, but if you've got like a Fatebringer or, like I said, a Vestian Dynasty, which is the weapon that you get in the DLC, so I really like that sidearm, and it does do arc damage, so it's great against a lot of these guys. Also, yeah, you're gonna want invisibility because this is a big like open room. There are a lot of boxes and little places to take cover and deny angles, but there's also guys just spawning literally all around you. The left, the right, the bosses hold up in the back here like you saw, and they can be really tough to take down. It's really frustrating when I hate when a guy gets down to like a quarter HP like that, and then like you just can't get your reload off, and like you're trying to avoid him, and of course I use Blink because it's my favorite jump ability, and that interrupts your reload. Thankfully, we've got a Titan in here with his big old bubble, so I can throw a grenade, stick this guy, and take him down. The Fatebringer, of course, also helps with that. Ba-boom. Taking him out with not quite a headshot, but, you know, not too bad. I do really like this room. I think it's well designed. It is a good place for a boss fight. There is enough cover that, like I said, especially if you have guys to revive you when you make kind of a stupid decision. Obviously, this is the first time that I had ever played through this mission, so I wasn't quite sure where to go and where to hide. But it is really nice, well designed. It looks cool. I like the crazy orb in the middle that I guess is supposed to be them like plotting against the Traveler somehow. Again, I wish that, you know, maybe these story missions could provide a little bit more lore. Well, that's it for another video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget that I am on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and all that good stuff. And as is customary, I shall end this video with a suicidal death wish. Get killed, so the Greenskull has to run over and save you. But a funny little glitch happened in this area. So Green comes over and picks the both of us up, but this captain is just not paying attention. I don't know what he's doing. He's smoking a cigarette, something like that. He just has no clue, and we're just about to destroy him.